Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to your real self, not welcome to the mind. Even though it doesn't matter if it looks, if it appears. So, what is the question which makes you come? What is the experience which makes you calm? Namaste.
I thought all questions are answered, but tonight...
But what?
Tonight?
Yeah,
this,
tonight.
Yeah.
You already know what will be tonight.
I was really strongly fighting. I ignored, I said I'm not listening to the voice, no, fed up. But then it come with one argument, and so I want to verify with you, because...
Why did you listen to that argument?
I don't know, but I got in resonance.
Resonance?
Yeah, I got in resonance with this... I think I get clear about keep quiet. But
it's a question of degrees then. Degrees are only in the mind. Huh?
okay. But to be established in this quietness.
It's an idea. You are always yourself. What establishment? You have just to wake up that you are not the one in this movie. You may be the one as an actor, but it's not your real nature. You have to wake up to that. Then where is the establishment? Because what is realized is that you exactly have always been and will always be whatever is left. So forget this idea of establishment, as if somebody gets glimpses, so somehow he feels, oh no, I know myself. Second step, but still my vasanas, my tendencies are so strong that it covers, so I'm not yet established. One day I will be established. How? It's exactly the dialogue that somebody has got with himself because of a past search, or still a search which comes to an end as it looks to the seeker. But it's not about that. You see, you follow concepts after concepts. One concept drop, boom, another one is formed. When will you simply see that it's the mind and or ideas, and then you have seen, oh my God, or you trust, or you have seen, so honor your seeing. I'm not catching that thought. So is there any question of ignorance or establishing in the self here? They're all ideas.
Okay. So then this would be also an idea to say, to be established, you have to follow a master and to serve him so that you can be established. It's just an idea, as written in the...
I know. Okay, if you cannot take it, that's an idea. if you really still believe you are this body-mind, it's one of those ways.
Okay.
You see, it's one of those ways, but it doesn't mean that it's guaranteed also that you get free, because in fact, freedom will not be the result of anything. You are already free.
Yes.
But it helps to, not for everybody, but mostly, it helps, it looks like, to have a pointer, a guide, which throws you back always from where you don't catch your mind, to here again you are that, till actually you don't need that support. Unless you have the idea, I want to have a life like this. But if you drop all those ideas to be free, then that support of once upon a time will disappear itself, because you are it, you are what he pointed out. Or at. Huh?
I hear you. Yeah. I drop all ideas, and what comes, and what not comes. And
It's all the mind. Whatever comes and whatever goes is the mind. I'm not the mind. You see, it's not bad this to speak of that sleep state, because it's true. It's when one wakes up that say, oh, it's known. Oh, I had a very good sleep. How come this can be said when there was a total absence? So it's not the absence which speaks. It's something else. It is what is beyond the is and the is not. It's your real nature which could see that, which could experience that. So the same, here you are left in the same, even while being awake. You see, waking, even when you are in the waking state. In the waking state, you are sometimes very busy, sometimes you are there. Everything disappears, there is nothing there. But you see, it is not the nothing there that was already in the sleep. There was an absence, and yet it's not what you are. So in the same way, what is ever present, let's say, in whatever state is there. In any presentation. We confuse, you see, you confuse because the attraction for experiences, for beliefs, has been there from very long. Attraction to experience. You see, this body-mind, it only exists because of all these experiences. It's very attractive. Let it be physical, let it be emotional, let it be conceptual. It gets very busy, so that person gets very, very busy. And if he makes some practice because he hears, oh, you are not the one who is busy, he goes in nothingness, emptiness. But it is also a state. So it's nothing of that. It is not the result of a reaction. It's not the result of anything. It's there prior to any start, any birth. That's your real nature, which is here, huh? You don't lose yourself while speaking or while hearing. You could simply not be there and still speak and hear. And it is mentioned as there is no doer here. You don't base yourself on a doer anymore. Any clarity needed? Yeah.
Hi, Ganga. Recently your words touched something. And after...
A little too strong.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Recently your
Yeah.
words touched something
Yeah.
when I spoke to you.
Yeah.
But after years of looking at this, a few glimpses, a little bit of relief sometimes,
Yeah.
but I don't see the mind coming. I just find myself constantly in a hole.
Yeah, sure, you speak of somebody. Sure. Sure. That somebody will constantly be, oh, I'm identified, because he went through this path of search for freedom. So he has some kind of experiences of non-identification and all that. So at some point he said, oh, I'm lost, I'm identified, so I stop and all that. But all this is the fantasy of the seeker. It is the journey of somebody to wake up to your true nature. It's not somebody wakes up. You wake up to your true nature. And you let that somebody continue its life if it is meant so. Do you understand? It will not happen to you as the one I see. It will not. So, why do you care if it is identified or not? It is not real.
Well, sometimes I feel that not caring is losing the fire for truth.
Yeah, but it is an experience of carelessness, and then at some point it stops. It's an experience. So you can be careless, but not being the owner of that experience. That will free you. And then there will be no sometimes I'm careless and sometimes I care. It will not fall into that. Or you will see all this game is included in what you are. But then you will not worry to be disidentified. You have not to do anything with the person. You have to wake up to think you are someone. This is the thing. You have to wake up. You have to be probably so fatigued to have tried and still falling in traps of your mind that and you hear also, oh, it will not happen to this me, it will not happen. And then you keep quiet. Where are you keeping quiet then? And don't make it an experience or don't figure it out. And forget about sometimes and permanency. It will never be applied here. Don't use the same language. And if you use this language, know that it's about the time of that person in time. We have been too loyal to our mind. And that's where we suffer. So now, all the answers of the mind will make you suffer because they are limited answers. Let it be through loyalty, most serious and sincere. Don't trust that mind. Don't. You are already yourself. Just take it. Take it. Have the guts to take it. And the rest, you know, is a person. I don't care. I'm identified. I'm a bloody one. I'm beautiful now. I'm free. You don't care. I'm myself. A person can never stop to be a person, even if he has an experience of stopping. Are you running that you have to stop? As Master said, Papaji, I mean, when somebody said, oh, this Ramana, he was lying down on his sofa, he could have gone to tell the truth everywhere in the world. Papaji said, are you standing to see him sitting? We only speak the language of the body-mind. Yeah, it's true about the men. Ramana as a man, as a form and shape. Okay, he was lying or sitting or walking. But then you speak of the form of the man. Yeah? No? You want to speak? Yes.
So about vasanas, the past impressions. So this birth is because of the previous birth. So they say in scriptures.
Yeah.
What about the first birth? Is it like kind of a random distribution?
I think this is an endless births from nowhere.
So the first birth is just
There is no first birth, first of all. All this is not real by nature, it's an appearance. You see, it's an appearance. So, at some point one will question, am I this I? Is it what I experience? Is it this body, this mind? And then suddenly we'll see there is nothing wrong with I. I have just not to glue any birth to it. That's all. Yeah.
And again, they say that like this is more like.
Attends, you put a bit nearer.
They say that this is more like a dream.
It is a dream.
But whose dream? Like, am I in your dream or like you are in my dream?
I am in your dream apparently, and you are in my dream, yes. The satsang is in the dream. The particularity of satsang is that one speaks about the background of the dream. There is, in fact, it is played on, you will never know what it is, but it's your true nature. You may be an actor in the dream, but it's not who you really are. That's all what the scriptures want to indicate, you know that?
So then, if you are like, if someone is like getting enlightened, the others
If someone is what?
if someone is getting enlightened, others
Yeah.
also supposed to get enlightened, right?
Oh, if you see the real nature, you see that everybody is like that. But then you see also that some are troubled. Why are they troubled? Because they listen to their mind. It's the only thing. Huh? Everyone, there is only one and the same what to say. And if I say one and the same, it's very rare I speak like that. But I mean, they are not two. The real nature doesn't split, actually. What splits is the expression, is the manifestation. But what is indicated by freedom is exactly what is not resting in the manifestation.
What is the meaning for there are no others?
That itself. That itself. Then you have to keep it for you.
Okay, I will do this. There's somebody said once why we don't start with the statement which we will end up anyway, like we don't know, because there is no way of knowing really.
Right.
And so for me, I'm getting tired of asking all these questions to myself, and I think, well, I don't have a really question. This is more a sharing.
You are just tired, yeah.
And because I just think there is this questioning is just pointless because we don't really know, and there is no way to find out.
Yeah, right.
And the real point is how to make this dream we are living in the most loving and peaceful and creative dream we can do.
So you are not enough tired, I see.
Yeah, no, I just mean like to loving
You are not enough tired.
dream with others who are sharing this dream.
You are not enough tired.
Yeah, maybe.
There's still something which rises, something interesting, valuable, you see, then your mind is not tired enough. Maybe 98%, but it has to be totally...
No, I don't think that there is like something more valuable but there is an experience of pain and a suffering. In
the mind, yes.
Yes,
That's
and in
what
the
I
body.
say.
Yes,
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Totally.
And that may remain.
Yeah.
But you see, if you don't confuse yourself for that,
Yeah.
you know that it is the
No,
person.
that I know. With this I am in peace.
It's
but
not enough. It's not enough to be at peace.
Yeah, it is. But then, when I am in peace, I want that everybody else is in peace also. So that we
And
share.
why do you see? How can you be at peace
Yeah.
if you see everybody else
I understand.
suffering?
Yeah. I
You
understand.
just jump from
Yeah.
one level to another in consciousness, in the manifestation, instead of being peace.
Yeah.
That's different, huh?
Yeah. The thing is, when I am in peace and I try and I live,
You cannot be in peace.
Yeah.
You are peace.
Yeah.
Because if you are in peace, then this trouble comes.
Yeah.
It's the
True.
opposite of peace.
Mm-hmm. True. Then I have this existence in.
But don't worry, it's not your problem anymore. If you are at peace, where is the worry? What is the problem?
No, there is no problem. There is
The
but
worry.
there is this existence, and the existence I have.
How do you know that you will see it like this when you are peace? Or when you are yourself? How do you know? You guess. You speak from the mind.
Yeah.
You don't speak from where it comes from, actually.
Mhm. But still, we are in the world, in the manifestation.
My dear, you speak from the mind
Yeah.
because it looks so real. And
But-
why it looks so real? Because I, the person, is still feeling very real as a body-mind. This is the thing. Huh? Then everything looks real.
Yeah.
And in satsang, it's exactly to question the root of all these beliefs about oneself. Where is the root? And we have to see, or through self-investigation, you see that a rising I is the root. I am this body, I am born. You see, that's the root of this expression. But this expression, from where it comes from, we never question that. And the answer will not be with the I am somebody. The answer will be from where it comes from. That is the question.
Yeah, but we don't.
The answer to the
the-
question.
You cannot really answer this question.
You answer not through the mind. You answer it keeping where you always are before you hook at I am somebody. That's the answer. And this answer has nothing to do with answers of the mind because it's not fixed. It's not coming and going. It's a fact.
I totally accept it. And my point is that there is body and mind. There is energy.
Appearing.
Yes, of course. But it doesn't matter if it's appearance or not because we are living in this. We are sharing this appearance and we are sharing these illusions. And that's what I mean is when we are sharing this because we...
In the dream.
Yes. But still we can make... The people, human beings, can make this dream for each other really loving and peaceful.
Yeah, they really were very successful. I think since thousands of years people try.
That's my point.
You will fail,
Yeah.
but do your best. Still. Welcome.
I have a question. I can be in quiet in nature, like in a forest. But for me, mind is like I'm in mind when I'm in society.
But that, you see, you depend on the nature. That is a problem. If you depend on anything, you can be sure that it will be only sometimes, whatever you attained, whatever you experience, let it be peace or happiness. You see, the real peace is when finally it's not the result of anything. It's not an attainment. It's finally, oh, it was always there, where I was in my mind. You wake up to that. It can be at any moment. I have no recipe about that, but it can be at any moment. So don't depend if you have, for example, this attainment of quietness, know that there is an experiencer. Then you could ask, but who is feeling this quietness? Who? And don't answer with your mind and body. Just be still where the question disappears. And that doesn't depend on the nature of the city. With Papaji it was really great because you see, he was pointing out always to your true nature. Let it be near the Ganga where it's peaceful. Let it be in the midst of the traffic in Lucknow. Not to show us, not to make any differences. And if any difference is rising, you knew very well it was in the mind. And then one doesn't care anymore. Huh? So today will be a great night. It's Bengal, full of people, noise. Doesn't matter. It's in the dream. And the one who walks, who is in the midst of all that, is in the dream. I am stillness itself. I am myself. Whatever happens in that dream. Nature, no nature. Somebody?
Yeah. Thank you. I just feel I need to talk to you, as I used to sit and not ask any questions so far. Yeah.
Then ask me.
Yeah. And the question must be a bit stupid.
Oh, don't start like that. Just ask a question.
The thing is, whenever something like what you are talking about happens, it's hard to find the words. Like I'm taken by that.
It's not an happening, so you must be speaking of something else. What
Yeah,
you are
I
is not
remember.
an happening. It will never be an happening.
Mm-hmm.
Happenings are in the dreams, in the manifestation of that.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to be convinced that you know that. Don't worry, it's fake. Accept it's fake because it comes and goes, and you speak of happenings. And then it will be wonderful because then your mind, what can it do then? And then you keep quiet. But if you are attached, if you want to maintain your experience and your happening as true, you will suffer. You will go on searching still.
Moreover, these so-called happenings are followed by some happenings in practical life, which are also
I reply to you.
so.
I reply to you.
present.
How can you speak of practical things? I don't speak of the life. It's because we believe we have a personal life that all those troubles come. Satsang is not to point out or to fix the life. Satsang is to try to point out, wake up to your real self. This is perfect as it is, even when it doesn't look perfect. Don't touch all this. Finally, don't try anything. You are already yourself, and you will not see it, you will not experience it, you will not know it. Be still. Bas.
And now I feel this happiness,
Yes.
which was there yesterday, before yesterday.
Whatever is not here now, every now,
But this is always
it's
same.
not. What?
This is always same.
Why you ask a question if it was same? You don't want to see that your experience may be fake. It's mindful. No, it is hard to admit.
Now it is fake.
No, not now. If you don't touch what appears, it's not fake. Everybody is realized. Don't make it difficult with the mind. Only the mind makes it something. Looks in the end impossible to attain, and you lost all those years and wow and so on. This is the story of the mind. But here, now, just now, if I don't touch the mind, where is enlightenment? Where was ignorance? Am I born? Am I unborn? It has absolutely not enough value to catch it.
But there,
Yes.
Ganga, when I inquire, I can only say I am not that. Since I'm limited and I am not that, I am not that. But finally, I don't see what remains. It's there is something blocked. I can't see what remains with it.
Relates.
The remains.
Remains.
When I have taken out every stone, every
Okay,
impurity.
you have taken out all the stones. That is
Yeah.
the work of someone. Huh? You agree?
Yeah.
You are left without any stone now. You agree? Somehow?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But there is somebody too much. And now this becomes a stone. So you don't touch it. Be still. Yeah.
I've been looking at the grip that this ego has on myself, and I thought, okay, I'll try and vomit it out. And I called myself by my nickname, my favorite nickname, Johnny John. My real name's Jonathan. And I inhaled light and I exhaled very strongly this Johnny John.
Oh my
And, and I saw how much I'm holding on to it.
Oh
And
my
I started crying at first, but after a while,
It's tiring.
I got used to thinking, well, it's going to be.
But it's not very nice to throw your garbage like this to all the world and take off all the light for yourself. What's that? Just breathe naturally. Don't put an extra concept or extra practice in it, please. Because it will never happen to the one who does it. What means freedom? To be free to believe I am somebody.
I just wanted to get used to the idea of not having the Johnny John anymore.
Oh,
and
but
see
you
what-
will have a Poti June instead. I mean, something other name will come. Whatever you inhale, you see, oh, be careful. No, not that. Just forget that. Breathe naturally. Know that you always believe that you are the one who breathes because you identify with this body-mind. But for some reason now, I see it, I hear it, and I am not what I can see. Close the chapter, be still, and know whatever this is seeing, this is the movie, the manifestation of your own self. And that's it. What always ego and no ego and watching and purifying. What is this? This has been taught in the dream by dreamers. It's not about what is in reality. So you did enough, maybe. Maybe you are, I don't know if you are exhausted to inhale light, but you will be at some point. So, from now, what you will do then?
Just be.
And in this be, that person can be and not be. And it doesn't matter. Okay? Yes, something. Yeah. No. Quickly. I don't know, maybe there is nobody. It looks like it's so hot. Oh. It came to you now.
So, it is needed the help of a master to realize the self.
You know, you can self-investigate, and that self-investigation, if you need, will bring you some guide and or some guides. But only because you still think you are a form. That's all I can say.
But I can see that the satsang help a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it does, because you see, it may help, or it gives you an opportunity not to be with your mind all the time. Yeah. Or I think it would be better, it gives you the opportunity to see that the mind is really not real.
Yes, I feel like give me confirmation, like
What do you bring that I have to confirm?
into that. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi. How is it? Because it feels so much like the mind can sometimes just be ignored,
Yeah.
and yet it feels that I'm so much in the body, and all these sensations or tensions or forms that the body has, it appears to be shapes, and it feels like I'm so much, or I'm in that.
Yeah, because you forgot to ignore them too. Ignore whatever appears just for a moment. I don't say to you to have a style of life ignoring everything, but just to have this moment of waking up to your real nature, to see that if I ignore even my mind and body and whatever is presented by those things, still there is something there that I am. So ignore also those things you presented. Just, you don't need a lot of time. Just with a determination to free yourself.
There is a no. There's somehow a sense of no that can't happen yet. It needs to be postponed.
It's a thought. You said you ignore your thoughts. It's a thought. It will always say there is always something better, something beyond, or I am not ripe enough. Forget it. You are enslaved otherwise in the concepts of your mind. Forget it. You see, you have really to understand or to hear that any experience is not it. So those experiences of those who may have strong experiences of glimpse or disappearance and then their body shake and whatnot, or hops like frogs, what an attainment. Ignore it. It is due to some past beliefs that something particular for everyone happens. Ignore it. Otherwise, what an attainment. You hop like a frog, or you feel hot like a fire. Then what? This is not it. So ignore for a split second everything which is presented to you. Know that you are that. Yes.
I've not been well in the body for many days now, and I find it hard to ignore what the body presents.
Bad for you. You are in Tiru, what for then? I thought it was to have more chance to realize yourself.
I'm doing my best, but still I find
No,
it
you
hard.
don't do your best, because you still enjoy to be well in your body. You don't do your best. It's okay in the life. It's much better. But is it about having a beautiful paradisiac life, or it is about freedom finally? It's up to you, I don't care. But satsang will not fix anything in this life. So, know what you want. If you are happy with to be well in your body, I understand. I am also very happy when I am well in my body. But then what? Then what? What a great attainment, my God. You travel for that? You come here for that? Yes, something. Yeah? A poem, I hope. From Rumi, we expect a poem.
Okay, first I want to tell you how much I'm thankful for the clarification I had with you,
Yeah.
the clarity I got on these months I share with you.
Yeah.
This is very, that is the first thing I was wanting to tell you. And the second one is, in this moment I'm reading a little bit Papaji.
Yeah.
And it's poetry. It's coming from...
This.
Yeah, and this is song. And at the moment, he's saying, and I stop at this
Yeah.
word. He said to you or to me,
Yeah.
you are aware of your awareness. And I was thinking maybe you can give me the meaning of the...
It's poetical.
Okay.
Because in fact, what does it mean? But one is at least not left with an object.
Oh. So, okay, my poem would be instantly blossoming in the blossoming. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you coming back to Tiro?
I'm not yet gone.
So you can have more days then.
Tiro is. Try hard to go from Tiro. Rather Arunachala. Rather your own self. Try hard. Anything?
A point of curiosity regarding something Papaji said that I've never quite got my brains around, or my heart, or anything. He said once that consciousness, ultimate consciousness, was ever changing.
It's ever changing.
Yeah, and that kind of blew my mind because
Yeah, because generally we hear the contrary. And the effect of that is that your mind is blown. That is the most important. Yeah! Don't go further.
Okay, next.
He was excellent at that. Excellent. So.
Well, but also, in addition to being blown, no, if it's ever changing, are we the is this and whatever?
Then there is nothing
else.
else. There is nothing else. So you can say it doesn't change. You can say it's ever changing. All is true. As if it was a fixed state. So you can say both. Let this mind be outrooted or rooted out, I don't know. Let him not speak anymore about that. Yeah.
Ganga,
Yeah. Hi.
can I just say thank you?
And I thank you also, and I thank whatever showed me this.
Thank you.
Always.
I love you.
It's over? As you like. As you like.
We go to the beach.
Eh? Fine. Everybody is fine. There is not something you carry in your pocket. Thank you very much.